Namaste, angels. I'm here to do a client reading beginning with spiritual growth. I'm going to do the cross first. Opening two blessings and Mother Mary. Today is Holy Saturday, by the way. Blessings. Opening to fear. Seeing quite a bit of fear today. Blessings back. And divine guidance. Awesome. Blessings and moon tree. Awesome. This card is all about sacred marriage, the marriage between heaven and earth, and the marriage between two sacred beings, like a sacred union. So very much confirmation also of a union. Healing sound. Somebody needs to work on maybe perhaps the specifically sacral chakra. Also, there's a lot going on with regard to the moon, between moon tree and now this card with this woman with this moon behind her. And coming to the mystic, which is about intuition. It kind of reminds me of the moon card in the tarot, with this woman here, very goddess-like, intuitive goddess-like, and with the colors of the card and it being sort of a darker hue, like things that are in the dark, secrets, stuff that the universe hasn't wanted to reveal to us yet. You know, the unknown, basically. And just that we can come into some awareness and some knowledge by using our intuition. This card also says to me quite often, and just did, Aquarius, because of this star here on her forehead, where her third eye would be. Aquarius, the sign that of all the air signs, which are of course known for communication, I most connect with, online, computer, like electronic communication, emailing, and even like online dating and, perhaps texting and all that kind of stuff. The mystic. Okay. The overall energy is abundance. And I think I just had the same overall energy for someone else from this deck. So you about you. And it could be something your higher self wants you to know. The masculine about you. About himself. About the union. Overall. It's upside down. The outcome. What you need to sacrifice, or what the masculine would have you sacrifice on his behalf, on behalf of the union. What he's willing to sacrifice. What the universe would have you guys sacrifice or do. So you about you. Fear. You're the one who's in fear. And I actually spoke a little, via email or inbox message on Facebook, to go back to that Aquarius card, with this woman. We otherwise don't know each other. That was it, our only communication. But she talked to me about how she and the masculine were supposed to be like working in the same space, and then all of a sudden he didn't show up. Now that I see this, like he changed his mind. Now that I see this, her energy may be what, like pushed him away, what caused that. And I'm not saying that it was not in a 3D sense, even in a higher sense than that. Our energy that surrounds us really changes things. It's, like when you say, okay, I'm going this way, and all of a sudden you stop and you go, you know what, let me turn around and go that way. And you don't really know what drove you to do that. It's that sort of thing. He could have been on his way and then just felt something, and it was this, and stopped short. And, that was the universe telling him it's not time. But it's because we emit these things, we emit these energies out, and we project. So she's got to work on releasing the fear, because that will heal the energy for both of them and allow him to come. Him about her, embrace. This can mean more than one thing. And this can mean, how he feels with her, how she makes him feel, how, he hopes, she feels about him. But this card really, according to the author, is not about two people in an embrace, but one person embracing their inner and masculine and feminine. And so the masculine may also want her to do this. The same way the collective masculine energy said to the collective feminine energy in the reading that I did for Good Friday that they wanted us to work on inner child. This is something similar. So dual meaning on that one for her. Him about himself, or in relation to this union, sacred union. So that's the third, I think, confirmation of it. And I've barely touched the surface here with this reading. So that's beautiful to get. And about the union, he has fond memories of it. It stays on his mind. He thinks about it. But, he can't approach right now. The energy's off. So he might not even know why he can't approach, but he can. Overall, Moon Tree's back. So you got two sacred union cards here. Wow. And the outcome, miracles. So it'll all come together is what the universe is saying. But how can you help? What sacrifice can you make? Maybe you have to just acknowledge, you got to release your ex. This is your eternal flame. You have to live that way. You can't keep going back to this fear. Like, is it? I'm not sure. Maybe he doesn't even like me. You got to... sometimes when I talk to mine, and we could be in separation. This has happened. This is a true story. Well, I'm not going to give you the whole story, but this is a true occurrence. We could be in separation. I'll send him a card and I'll put, my beloved husband. He didn't tell me I was his wife or whatever. But the universe told me. And I'm presuming the universe told him. And I'm taking the risk. So that's doing this with the fear. That's, chucking the fear and being who the universe says I am. That's making the sacrifice. I hope that helps you too, to be able to do the same. What he needs to do is forgiveness. This could be forgiveness of himself. This could be forgiveness toward you. This could be both. And anybody else who's impacted him and prevented him from being able to move forward in life and or love, because it, became some sort of block in his life. He's got to forgive all those people. And he's willing to make that sacrifice. And the universe, what would the universe have you guys do? What I just said. You just have to admit, acknowledge, accept, release your ex, stand firm in it. Even if he hasn't told you, that's my beloved, that's my husband, that's my man, whatever. And he needs to do the same thing. And hopefully the universe will be relaying this information to him too. Somehow. The same way it awakens us, it goes on with the masculine. And I actually think that they are more, I was saying this in another reading, more proficient in the area of the telepathy and remote viewing and lucid dreaming and all that kind of stuff. Similar to the way the scriptures are written. It tended to be the women who were these leaders. A lot of these books are taken out of the Bible, and you have to either get your information claircognizant, like through your claircognizance, like I do a lot of mine, or do some research. But, women are not absent in, from the scriptures. We have been some major, major leaders throughout history in the scriptures. We're not absent. Probably more prevalent there than here in 2017, at least in America. Like, women don't run much here. We just had that march, right, with all the feminines and all the women and stuff, not too long ago, a couple months ago, just to show how, in some cases, even compared to what we call quote unquote third world countries, we've like stifled progress. But in the scriptures, the women were the leaders a lot of the time. But the masculine, they could do all these nifty little things, Both Josephs, Joseph, the one that they call, and that's from Egypt, Joseph of Egypt, the one about whom Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat is written. He had this tremendous power of dreams. But so did Joseph, Jesus' stepfather. A lot of them could, like, the way it's described, I mean, basically it would be like the essentially like a reading of minds type of thing, or dream interpretation, all that kind of stuff. So that this whole lucid thing and 5D thing, to get back to my point, I think they're better at it, and I think he's gonna get this message. If he hasn't already, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did already. But you have basically 1, 2, 3 Sacred Union cards here, and if you want to include Eternal Flame too, you got 4. This could be enough of a reading, but I'm not going to stop here. We got more to do. So that was an abundance of love. And now we're going to, speaking of leaders, the Emperor with Archangel Michael. Organization and logic, structure and discipline. Leadership. This represents the sign of Aries or the fire sign. Leo, Sagittarius. Opening to the 3 of water. A celebration, a wedding, graduation, or a birth announcement. The need to have more fun. Three of water back, and opening to the 4 of earth. Being too frivolous or too cautious with money is a possibility. Good business decisions, and giving to those less fortunate is also a possibility. This can be with regard to love too, holding on too tightly. Maybe you were, again, you manifest that fear, maybe you didn't even realize what you were doing, but that's what was happening. Awakening. So this is our second 3, though. I just got to make note. I had the 3 of water a second ago, and now the awakening card with Archangel Gabriel. Look at things from a different perspective. Okay, you're at a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. For earth back, and ego with Archangel Jophiel. A false sense of entrapment. So somebody feels tied to someone, something, someplace. Being overly focused on material things is another possibility, and sometimes they can go hand in hand. Because you're overly focused on material things, we maintain friendships, relationships, jobs, all that kind of stuff. For money where we don't belong, we know we don't belong. And this card also represents general negative or fear-based thoughts. It's the devil, essentially, of the tarot. In the angel tarot, they call it ego, but this is the devil card. Represents the sign of Capricorn, by the way, or other earth sign, Virgo, Taurus. Ego back. I'll go one more. It's the 4 of air. Time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. Ego back. I'm going to cut. And it's awakening yet again. This is the hangman, by the way, in this deck. The overall energy is the 5 of water, which I call the oh, woe is me card. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped. Not seeing the positive of a situation. Maybe even crying over spilled milk. That's like, for example, all those Sacred Union cards we just saw that, positive confirmation of, this being a real love here for which I'm reading. And in spite of all that, it's still going like, oh man, we don't have this, we don't have that, we're in separation, like a whiny. When, but you've got the confirmation. So now all the universe, again, needs you to do is to step up and acknowledge that you have it, whether it's in your hand, right in front of you or not. Masculine is the 8 of fire. Events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things are happening at once. Surrounded by the 4 of fire. Contentment, peace, and abundance. Happy home life and the successful completion of a project. This is the second 4, too. Started with a 4 with the Emperor. And the Chariot with Archangel Metatron. Important achievement, self-discipline, and willpower. maybe even public recognition. This is about moving. This is about victory. This is about movement. This is about travel. This is about you being in the driver's seat of your own life. And the Three of Earth for you, the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. That's our third three. Surrounded by the Five of Earth, fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, and uncertain self-employment. You may indeed have those fears surrounding money. The fear card showed up under you before. This card also, for me, very much so about fears about abandonment. It's abandonment issues. In your subconscious, it's the Queen of Water, who's tenderhearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. This can be a Cancer, perhaps, like the Chariot, Scorpio, or Pisces. Maybe it's Venus moving into Pisces. That's possible too. Or somebody in this union may very well be a water sign. Crowning, it's the Ten of Water, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met, and you have trustworthy relationships. Wow, and you're getting a new beginnings, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. Somebody may be offering you a new position or something, because the Three of Earth very much can be about our boss having us under watchful eye at work, but for good reason, because they want to give us a raise, a promotion, a bonus or something. At the heart of the matter, justice, fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. So this can also be perhaps a legal situation. Maybe he's buying a home, for example. That's a legal documents connected to this Four of Fire, which may be an actual structure. For you, maybe there is some sort of settlement or something through which you're going to get this abundance that appears to be coming in. This boss that's keeping a watchful eye on you and wanting to reward you can be the universe, can be God. You could have fear about where am I going to get money from, but it could be on its way to you. And it doesn't have to be a legal situation. It can just be that the right thing to do is based on all the work you've been putting in for the boss to give you a raise or a promotion or a bonus, some sort of acknowledgement that will help to further you. And, here that is, again, at the root of all this, that would enable him to perhaps be buying a house, maybe to be moving. That could be why the Four of Fire is here atop the Chariot, because he's actually moving, and maybe it's fast. Maybe all of a sudden he gets this money and enables him to move to a new apartment or something where he hadn't been able to before. Maybe his family is, receiving some sort of inheritance or something. Perhaps somebody died. This is great grandma or something. The will is finally being the estate is finally being settled, and so that's something that's coming to you as a result. This is an inheritance, but it's going to give you a brand new start. Maybe we're getting great-great-grandma's house. There's a lot of possibilities here, but for you, they seem to be surrounded by actual work. Either something that you're doing on your own, like you're with your own business or something, or a boss, a physical boss that's not just God, who is ready to promote you in some way. The next card is upright. I think I'll use it to clarify this 5. It's the 7. There's a choice you have to make. So maybe you're offered an actual new job or something, and you got to decide. You ready to, jump ship at the old place and take this new opportunity, or not? Are you too afraid to move forward? Those can be questions. The next card is not upright. So I'm going to move on to the romance cards, and maybe we'll see if we can get more information from that. Beginning with, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. And opening to passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Let your friends help you is back. And worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So you wanted to see him before you didn't get to. That has something to do with the universe, what they're working out, things that they're lining up and putting in order. In the meantime, you can let your friends help you to figure out what to do with yourself. Go out and hang out with your quote-unquote girlfriends. Maybe that's why the Three of Water showed up. Knowing, again, trusting that everything will be fine with your union because your union is fine. Opening to chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Let your friends help you is back. And keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Keep an open mind. There can be a party of three still, and it can be having to do with actual like marriage or something else. Because I did see like 3 threes, the Hangman, the Three of Earth, the Three of Water. I think that was it. Keep an open mind is back. And one more, reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. But keep an open mind is back. I'm going to cut. Past life relationship. You've known each other before. This can also very much have to do with this 3 or maybe even the Justice. Maybe even the Justice. Maybe even the Chariot. Maybe it's like a moving on from something old too. The overall energy is heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Very soon, which is just another way of saying 8 of Fire. The 8 of Fire about things moving very fast paced and suddenly. So this reconfirmation of that. Very soon, if you clearly decide what you want, it'll come to you now. Atop the 4 of Fire, true love. So he wants stability here with this union. True love, this is the romance of a lifetime. Atop the Chariot, yes, he does need to move on from something, though, as I was saying, something of the past, something of old. He needs to move away from it and free himself. It's time to take back control of your life. So this can be the 3rd energy. It could be another person, not necessarily romantic, but quite possibly romantic too. It can be a place, it can be a thing, just something from which he needs to separate himself because it's toxic to him. And it doesn't serve a higher purpose. Your promotion, what you're getting, the bonus you're getting is reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So you've been working toward that and it's coming. You're getting that reward. The boss, upstairs, as they say, has been watching you. Atop the 5 of Earth, which is about lack, and again, like I said, abandonment, in my opinion. And the 7 of Water, which is about a decision that you need to make. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So if you were, trying to talk your way out of yourself out of the soulmate, saying, oh, we're too different again. I refer back to the spread I did in the beginning, where your sacrifice that the masculine wants you to make for him in order to be with him is that you not do this and just acknowledge the situation, the relationship. Atop the Queen of Water is playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So maybe somebody here being too serious and or too emotional. A water sign may be emotional. You want to be more lighthearted. So maybe of all the water signs, you might want to be a Pisces, because that's like the immature sign of the water signs is Pisces. Playfulness. Draw on that. Ooh, top of the 10 of Water. someone lying to their family or about their family or something like that. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. I want to try to pull another one for that. Atop this Ace of Earth and the brand new beginning, it's a divine beginning too, maybe toward the sacred union. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. This here atop the Ace of Earth, which is a new start from the universe. And, atop the Justice card is pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. This can be about Aries. There may be an overbearing fire energy. Because I started out with the Emperor. I don't remember any other. There could be other red cards here, but I don't remember. That's the one that popped up into my head just now, right away. It wasn't a red card. It was a major arcana card, but it represents the sign of Aries, and it's Mars. And that can be a very aggressive energy. Somebody, not necessarily in a legal situation with you, but quite possibly, somebody overbearing, like Aries people, they can be very, and I'm not saying it's definitely an Aries, but I'm just saying the Emperor represents the sign of Aries, and they can be Leos too. And I'm not knocking Aries or Leos. I myself am a Leo rising. It just is what it is. Can be aggressive to the point where it's no longer attractive, right? Where it's too much. And that's what I'm getting here with this. The next card is upright. I'm going to pull it for the deception first. Okay, worth waiting for. So it could be like this happy family is worth waiting for. The mask is not ready to be pulled off yet. The person is still in hiding. This person can be you. It can be, again, that fear and you not announcing, so to speak, even to yourself necessarily, that this is the eternal flame. And of course, the next one is upside down. I wanted to go, you know what? Should I go rogue? Let's see what the Ascended Masters have to say instead. Let's do that. Beginning with peace offering and white buffalo calf woman. And opening to father, husband, brother, son. This person that I said was overbearing could be somebody's father too. Maybe trying to run you guys around and keep you trapped somehow. That's a possibility. The Emperor can often be like a father. This also can have to do with balance in general, healing one's inner masculine and feminine, balancing that out, or another masculine energy in your life with whom you need to heal a relationship. And opening to positive change with Parvati. Father, husband, brother, son back there with Osiris. And go now, says Serapis Bey. I thought about this right away, this chariot and this free yourself. I think that may be specifically to the masculine. He needs to get on that. Father, husband, son. Out now, mother, wife, sister, daughter, and Lady Nada. This can be somebody's parents, maybe. Maybe somebody takes care of their parents or something, lives with their parents. Maybe that's what the lie is about, too, in one case or the other. Because, again, with this card being shared, I mean, it could have a different meaning for each of you. Somebody could be lying about the fact that they live with their parents. They don't want to reveal that. Maybe they're embarrassed. Maybe that's why he's trying to get a home, because it's the masculine. He hasn't been truthful about his living situation. That's a possibility, too. On the other hand, just like I said with the masculine, there can be a mother, wife, sister, daughter, or other female energy with whom you need to heal a relationship, including your inner feminine on either side. The overall energy is detached from drama, says Palace Athena. I don't know why I started getting tongue-tied. The top very soon is energy healing. Very soon, and this Eight of Fire. So he's going to be, maybe when you heal the energy around you, the masculine's going to be in a better place to maybe have some heart-to-heart conversations with you, get some things out into the open about whatever this situation is from his perspective, or with his regard. A top true love and the Four of Fire is persistence. Lou says to keep going after this until you have this stability and contentment and peace. A top free yourself. Yeah. White Tara says exactly the same thing. She says purification, which is detox of, which is free yourself. Which is move away from this, whatever this situation is. And it might be a water sign. It may be a Cancer specifically. You may have to cut this person out of your life like a Cancer, quote unquote Cancer, that saying, that cliche. Here for you, maybe finding peace and balance, healing your fear, healing your energy, so that the directly opposite energy healing in the masculine is yoga. So maybe when you find a place of peace, chi, zen, is when he'll be able to, again, the energy around you and your cipher will be healed. He'll be able to be drawn back toward you. Pan cracks me up every time. It looks like you have ants in your pants. And maybe that's why there's a fear here, like with regard to abandonment, because you want to take the relationship, the situation to this level, or, whether you have before or not. And you're worried. It's sort of like that energy of, like, when you have it and you're like, I wonder what's going to happen. Like, if I take him home, is he ever going to speak to me again after today? Like that kind of thing. But like you want to. Which I'm not knocking you. No, nothing. No comment from me in the negative connotation, especially. Here, a top playfulness in the Queen of Water is priorities with King Solomon. So wanting you to address, whatever it is you're being guided to address, again, from a light perspective, that's something that you have to prioritize. And if you're not used to being, a light energy kind of person, a youthful energy kind of person, maybe silly, maybe immature, make loosening up a bit your priority too. That's something else you can find through the yoga, perhaps. Crowning here, a top, come out of the closet. Somebody's lying about their family situation or something here. Maybe married, because the justice is under here too, the heart of the matter. But some kind of family situation, and they need to come out of the closet, says Amaterasu. Here are top religious factors and the Ace of Earth. And one of the means for, your potential healing on either side at the root here is crystals with Epona. And at the heart of the matter, drink more water with Oshun. This goes toward the energy healing. And, so it's crossing here with that. But I think it's here also atop the justice, in connection to, the ascension and the fact that things are just about to go, if they haven't already, or continue to go if they've been going, right for the righteous, for these people, these ascended beings. Things are, starting to come up roses, and that's what this is saying here for me. All right, let's get you some further advice. This is funny. He just cracks me up every single time, the Pan card. Especially because I could feel him sometimes, and I'm like, I feel Pan wanting to talk. Let me pull out my cards, and sure enough, he pops up. From the angels to the masculine. So if things haven't been going well in whatever respect, they're about to. A time of positive change. The situation suddenly moves forward and fortune is on your side. As soon as he clears his energy of whatever this is or whomever this is, I think instantly everything's going to turn around for him. For you, here's another red flag. It's the Five of Fire. Competing goals bothersome details, conflict with others. For you, this can be at work, somebody up to something at work, maybe trying to steal your shine. That's a possibility. It can also be friends, close friends, and or family members with whom you have conflict, if you ask me, with the Five of Fire. Um, it can be the party of three, if there's a third person, which is still a possibility. This can be representing them. And again, it still doesn't have to be romantic, but just like a third energy that's negative. Like I was saying, it could be somebody's parent. Very possible. But the romance angels say to the masculine soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. So this is to continue to propel him forward as well. And this is like the fourth or fifth card, cementing this union, basically. You're being guided to make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So it's similar to how the Ascended Masters and specifically King Solomon said to, it's time to start getting your priorities in order. The romance angels are saying, yes, it's time for you to make the effort. You're being guided to do certain things and you know what they are and it's time to start working on them. The Ascended Masters are saying to the masculine, spiritual law of attraction. This is about changing his energy to a more positive. When he detoxes, again, like I was saying, I feel like as soon as this is cleared away, everything's going to be different. And I think that's what this is confirming. And lastly, from the Ascended Masters to you, flow of prosperity. So if you were afraid that this 3 of earth was never going to come to fruition, and that's why you had the 5 of earth here, or one of the reasons, fear no more. Lakshmi says flow of prosperity. I hope that you found this helpful, dear. Namaste, Angel.